Good morning. You can dance. You can dance. It's Curt and Jen in the Morning podcast. Thanks for joining us. Hot Firefighter Pat is back co-hosting with me.
Back in the house.
Back in the house. Thanks for coming back, honey.
Yeah,
you did good yesterday. You got lots of good feedback.
Two messages.
My mom sent a text message. Curt is in Florida visiting family and doesn't want to do the podcast and wake up early and all the things. So yesterday I really posted the podcast late because I didn't realize how much work Curt has to do to make the podcast get on all the things. And I didn't even do any production work like he does. So whatever. You get what you get. I hope to be better this time. Okay, so some updates. My friend Anne-Marie, who listens to the podcast, thank you, Anne-Marie, she sent me a text, actually us a text, Pat, saying, here, let me clarify this for you. We had a question about the whole World's Fair.
An expo and whether it's a World Fair.
Is it a World Fair or is it an expo? Because we were in Spokane and they had Expo 74. But then some of it referred to a World Fair. But she said, to set us straight, the whole World's Fair versus World Expo. World's Fairs were called World's Fair Expositions, so they are the same. Fair, Expo can be used interchangeably. Thank you, Anne-Marie, for that. That's awesome. Love learning new things. Update on our road trip.
Yeah. Well, spent the day in Coeur d'Alene yesterday.
Yeah. That was fun town.
Yeah.
Like, I've been there once. You'd never been there? Have you been there?
I've just driven through it. I've never been down in the city.
Like, we walked around in the downtown area, and they had this really awesome, like, Coeur d'Alene resort had this awesome, like, whole boardwalk thing. And then you walk up these stairs, and it overlooks the lake with the sunset.
Yeah, we mainly were in the north end of the lake, so the lake's huge. So
I don't
know
realize
what's
that.
Down south, or even along it.
Yeah, it's great. If you've never been there, it's worth it. We had so much fun. Macy got up on water skis.
Yep.
I think she'd been up one other time, because you're a great teacher, by the way. And then her boyfriend, Caden, who's with us, he got up on, what is that, wakeboard?
Wakeboard, yeah. Yeah, he popped right up.
He never done that before. He
didn't stay up right away.
He did do a few face plants. We're like, man, that would hurt. And then we spent the night last night in the overflow parking lot of Silverwood Theme Park, and that is where we're going today. And it was so great to open up the window and see roller coasters as the sun was rising.
Well, and even driving in last night,
yes,
the roller coasters were all lit up. They were still going by the time we got here, but it was dark and everything was lit up, so she got really excited.
I'm so
Started
excited.
Bouncing in her chair.
I love roller coasters. I cannot wait. So we're going to spend the day in the theme park, like the amusement park area today, and then tomorrow will be the water park, and I forget the name of it. I need to look up the name of it. Anyway, super excited. Okay, on a serious note, as a result of this road trip and dating Hot Firefighter Pat, I have a new appreciation for truck drivers, for people who are driving RVs, people who are hauling or like towing trailers. I've learned so much. First of all, the truck drivers, there was a ton of truck drivers on I-90 the other day. Like, so many.
Oh, yeah.
So many. And it's just, you know what? It's like sometimes the truckers can be frustrating as a driver of a regular car.
I even get frustrated with them, and
Yeah.
I drive, trailer and...
But also, they're the ones getting the food to us, or the goods to us. Like, all the things that we need to live, they're bringing to the stores where we can access them. So there's that. But you have a few rules that, like, people should keep in mind. Like, people like me who have not been exposed to until now to these kind of things.
Yeah, well, like trying to squeeze in between two vehicles, like when there's not that much room and you pull in and then you slam on your brakes, we can't stop that fast. And
it's scary when you're in a big rig.
And in the motorhome, it's even worse because there's things, if I jam on my brakes,
yes.
I've had glasses come out of the cupboards. I've had a watermelon fall off the counter and roll all the way up and smash.
Oh my gosh.
Because you slam on your brakes, everything shifts. So, don't cut in front.
The turning thing, we experienced that yesterday. Some guy flipped you off yesterday.
I know. Yeah, I'm turning in a very, very tight area, and I had to swing really wide, and it took me a while to get through the light and so I didn't hit the car and my trailer didn't hit him. And as I'm rounding the corner, I look in my mirror, making sure the trailer's going to clear him, and he flips me off.
And we can't even figure out why. Is it because the light turned yellow and then red as you were going through? You were clearing the green. You cleared green.
Those were short lights. They were really short lights. So by the time I get 65 feet through the light on a turn, he had to wait just a few seconds, and apparently that was too long.
But some people do know, like somebody stopped, saw you turning. This is a separate corner, and held back. Because they knew you needed to make a wide turn. Where I'm like, thank you so much, you're awesome.
Yeah.
Was there anything else? Oh,
yeah, don't slow down on the hills. I mean, if you guys
count on
slow,
momentum.
Yeah, we can't pick up our speed again. So once we have to put on our brakes or back off the throttle, forget it. We're going 35 up the whole hill versus being able to keep our momentum up to 55.
I just wanted people to know that, because I think I don't.
And then they complain about us after when we do slow down. Then they're mad because we're going 35 up a hill.
But you can't gain the momentum anymore.
Yeah, there's no way.
So pass that along to your friends and family, just so people know. Because I did it. I really had no idea. Because I'm one of those people until now that get frustrated and pissed off because I can't go fast because someone's in a big rig's in my way. Well, now I know. And
sometimes big rigs can do their own things that aren't right, but
all of us can. Yeah, all of us do. Yes. So, okay. We're just going to make a real huge, sharp right turn here and talk about Oreos and Coke.
I don't get
Coca-Cola, that is. That kind of Coca-Cola. They are teaming up, and they're calling it bestie mode. And this is for better or for worse. There's going to be Coke-flavored Oreos and Oreo-flavored Coke.
I don't knock it till you try it, but I'm always that way. I'll try anything once for the most part. But yeah, I'll have to try this, and I'm not huge on Oreos anyway, and Coke normally with whiskey in it, but
okay, honey. 5 o'clock somewhere.
That's right.
All right. So here's the thing. As a marketing person, their marketing is like really good as far as packaging. Their packaging. I showed you the packaging. Mm-hmm. It's slick.
Yeah.
There's like black and red
catches your attention.
White. And the Oreos, it looks like the Oreos are going to have like a regular Oreo cookie, then looks like a regular color middle part, and then a red cookie on the other side for the Coke part.
That's pretty cool. I mean,
and the other one's zero sugar. The beverage is zero sugar, I think. Is that what I read? They're yeah. Unlike the cookies, the beverage is going to be zero sugar. But it probably means they have a lot of that.
I was going to say that.
I mean, it's Oreos and Coca-Cola. Yeah, it's not going to be good for you.
Healthy.
Right. So they're going to be sold in stores next month. They're also selling a frozen version of the drink at McDonald's and 7-Eleven.
Interesting.
Slurpees and McFlurries? Yeah, it must be.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay. And then they're looping in 2 more big brands on top of that. I mean, this is like crazy. This is big. Spotify and Forever 21. They're calling it, like I said, besties. Inspired about how friends become a, quote, combination of their best traits, making each other even better together. I don't know how they're tying in Spotify.
Deep, but...
I know. Just say that just make the product and put it out there.
Yeah.
Oh, you can sync up your music preferences. They'll have a QR code that you can sync up music preferences with your friends on Spotify.
While you're drinking and eating.
Maybe, but that's cute. Okay, that's cute and kitschy. And Forever 21 will have a bunch of besties mode branded clothing for you to buy under $20.
No. Until, yeah.
you can just, here's the thing. You can just wait for it to be in Goodwill, and then you can buy it for $1, which will probably take less than a year.
Yeah.
Okay, I had you watch this ad, and you were in stitches. Like, you were laughing.
I was laughing, yeah.
It's worth watching. Okay, so an NFL quarterback has developed a mayo-inspired fragrance. Do you know this quarterback?
No, I don't. I don't watch a lot of Tennessee Titans.
The Tennessee Titans quarterback, Will Levis. I don't know how you pronounce it. He's number 8. We'll just... Levi's?
Yeah, I don't know.
He's coming out with a fragrance, number 8, a fragrance based on the smell of, wait for it, Hellmann's mayonnaise, which is best foods in our world, right? Because we're on the West Coast. I think the East Coast or the South gets Hellmann's. We get Best Foods, made by the same company. So we're just going to call it Best Foods. It's Best Foods mayo. And I don't understand it. So it combines mayonnaise with hints of tart lemon, coffee, musk, vanilla, and a whisper of parsley.
I'd have to smell it. You never know. Might smell really good.
But the ad
The
that
ad
they
is
did
good.
for it, if you think about it and can look it up, watch it because it's hilarious. It's very dramatic. And it's very funny. Here's the thing. It's sold out.
Really?
You can buy it for $8 a bottle on willlevisnumber8.com. But even though it's sold out, it said check back because they're making more of it.
How many did they make to begin with, though? I mean,
I
put out
8
just
bottles.
A small, just a small amount. No wonder it's sold out.
I mean, it all started because he did a video last year, I guess, that went viral where he had put mayo in his coffee. And he just thought it would be funny to do, and I think it said he didn't even drink it.
He doesn't even drink it. But it
caught on, and now they made a fragrance and an ad, and the ad is funny. And at the end of the ad, you say it.
I don't know if
They said the name of the perfumes or the name of the fragrance. I forget what they call. I should have listened to that. I should have paid more attention. Will Levi's number 8.
Just listen to the video.
Perfume de Mayonnaise.
Yeah, they said it.
Mayonnaise.
They said it really funny. I mean,
it was very
very
serious,
elaborate.
but also anyway. Just FYI, Katy Perry is under investigation for a possible environmental damage caused while she was filming her Lifetimes. That's the name of her new song that will be coming out in Spain. I mean, that's all I'm going to say about it. They went on some protected land that was prohibited to be on. They went around the tape that was protecting it, or the ropes, and if they caused any damage, they're going to be in trouble. That's the investigation. I mean, but here's the thing. Taylor Swift kind of did something similar, and when I say Taylor Swift, her crew people, they were in New Zealand filming something, and it was endangering these rare birds, but they gave her a pass for it.
Yeah.
Because it's Taylor.
You got to wonder how much endangerment it was.
Or
how much damage just walking on rocks beyond a certain point, or whatever. I don't know what Katy Perry did, but
it said that she went into the dunes, which we ride in dunes, but these ones are protected, and you're not to be stepping on stuff. I don't know.
I don't get it.
We'll know soon, because if she's in trouble, we'll definitely hear about that.
Yeah.
Pat, you're gonna be a grandpa.
I know, mid-December, supposedly, somewhere around there.
Your oldest son, Anthony, is going to have a baby with Sierra. Yep. Baby girl.
Yep.
And so I saw this article that I wanted to bring up because I thought it was good. It's some tips on being a supportive grandparent.
Okay.
Ready?
I'm ready.
Embrace this unique role. And it is a unique role because you're coming at this as a grandparent, as someone who's raised kids and knows one of the parents very, very well.
Yeah.
It's the whole article is talking about how you can be the one to kind of relieve some tension. Like, you can take the grandchild and be a sounding board for that child and have a perspective of the parent that they would never have. So I really love that. You can give parents a break, of course, right?
Oh, yeah.
If Anthony and Sierra need a date night, which they will, you can take the child, as long as I'll help.
I know you.
I will help with this.
Thank you.
You were telling me you did not grow up with grandparents. I mean, you had grandparents, of course, grandparents, but they were away. They were far away from you.
Yeah, Midwest, back east.
And I had the privilege of being able to grow up with one of my sets of grandparents, my mom's parents. And we had rituals. Like, I have very fond core memories of the things that we do with, like, the overnights and things. So they're saying that's the important thing is, and even if you live far away, like if we moved or they moved, you can still create meaningful ways to connect and bond with the grandchildren, like phone calls or video calls, and just get weekly check-ins with them. Obviously, this is when they're older, but you can when they're little too. Sending them stickers every week. We do this. You and I do this together. Daily Wordle puzzles, the Wordles, the connections, all that. Like, do that with them.
Well, and then we talked about it yesterday. The family day thing that that was a ritual. I mean, Sue and Abby, who was the family that we explained yesterday, my mom kind of grew up with, they're they were as close to grandparents. We called them uncle and aunt.
Yep.
But they were as close to grandparents as anything for me because we saw them more often. We, did Christmas with them. We went out to their land out in Bering, and they would give my parents a break and take us out there for a week. My brother and my sister and I, mostly my brother and I, because my sister was older. And so they'd give my parents a break, and we'd go out there for a week, and then we had the family day that was always a weekend. So yeah, that was.
I mean, these kind of things that you create are like they're ingrained in your memory.
Oh yeah.
And those are things that like I experienced that I'm like, we need to create this for our family.
Definitely. Or
have them go to this, right? More often. It was awesome. So anyway, that's one of them, is create these rituals that become something that the kids look forward to, and like cook with them, garden with them. I mean, you'll be able to teach the grandkids all the things.
No gardening so much for this guy.
But building stuff, fishing, boating, you do so many things, Pat, and you're really good at it. Respect boundaries. That goes along with if the parents have certain rules, make sure you stick with those rules that they have and respect how they're raising the kids. And then finally, stay curious. And I love this one. It's, grandparents were an older generation, obviously, and so it's all about like not poo-pooing the new technology and all that, but be curious about it. Stay curious about, okay, maybe this game that they're playing looks really like dumb, but it's not approaching it that way. It's like, tell me more about this game. What do you like best about it?
Yeah.
Anyway,
I might have to work on that one.
Well, we probably all do, even with our kids.
Yes.
Tell me more about this. This is you.
Okay, so somebody turned a leaky fire hydrant into a goldfish pond. So the base of it, had a little bit of recess that it was able to collect the water, and they dumped a bunch of goldfish in there.
This is in New York, in a Brooklyn neighborhood, right? Okay.
Yeah, and
I saw it. It looked pretty cool. Like, it's just on the street. There's this goldfish pond in. It's
just a cutout in the concrete.
Yes,
and they dump goldfish, and I guess the neighborhood has been feeding them and everything like that. The
See, I'm all excited about this. I'm like, oh, that's so cute. And Pat's like, well, here's the thing about this, because it was leaky, right?
You read on a little further, and they're turning on the hydrant to get it to leak, so it provides the fish with water. And the city's coming out to turn it off, and then somebody's turning it back on again. So if we had a fire, it wouldn't affect us that much, other than we would have to turn it off and let it drain a little bit, and then be able to pull the caps off. Because depending on how much it's turned on, there's pressure behind that, and it'll blow a cap right off and take our knees out.
Oh.
I mean, we're taught to stand behind the caps, so we don't, we're not in front of them. But anyway, it's a problem for us because it's going to delay us. Also, I don't know about the hydrants there, but the hydrants in our area, if you turn it on just a little bit, they have a drain valve.
Yeah.
And it will leak out of that drain valve that's in the ground and undermine because water finds the path of least resistance. So it's going to undermine all that dirt.
Yep.
Wash it away, and you will end up with a sinkhole right near the fire hydrant. So there's that.
He's so smart. Okay, so basically, while it's all fun and games, until there's an emergency.
Yeah.
And then stuff doesn't work right. Right.
And then the fish are going to disappear into the sinkhole.
I liked the picture of this. I saw the little TikTok video that this whole story was about, and I was like, oh, this is so cute. And then when I was talking to you, it's like, yeah, that is cute, and that's all nice, but
yeah.
And the whole thing is this isn't a sustainable environment for the fish. There, once it turns cold.
Yeah, or the cats start getting in there.
Yeah.
Hey, free food.
Yeah. Yesterday we were wondering about your text messages gone wrong, because what was the story that we reported on yesterday? Oh my gosh, now I'm forgetting. There was somebody. Oh, I know. It was a gal. This gal was in the car with her mom doing something, and her boyfriend or husband or something texted a naked picture, and the mom saw it and was like, be careful when you text, like when you're texting, who you're texting, knowing who they're with if you're going to send that kind of text. So we were asking you about your text messages gone wrong, and have I got some stories for you?
These are actual stories from
People.
Oh.
Linda, my friend called me when I was in the bathroom, and so I texted her back and said, I'll call you later, but it might be a while because I ate Taco Bell last night. So, it might be a while, and she texted a little poop emoji with it. Well, instead of texting her best friend, she accidentally texted the painter who she'd been going back and forth with, the person that was going to paint her house, who happened to be downstairs from where she was right then. So he got the message that she was pooping, and it would be a while.
While she was painting the toilet,
he was painting walls and getting an unexpected text message from his client.
Nice.
Okay, some of these I had to clean up. I'm just going to give a couple, like 3 more. Reed said that he was drunk with a coworker.
No, drunk texting.
He was drunk with a coworker and they made out. And so he sent her a text message apologizing, like, just to make sure, like, this was a mistake. None of our coworkers should know about this. We shouldn't have done that. Well, he sent that to another coworker that had the same name as the person he made out with, the coworker he made out with. And so she got that text, and rumors went rampant.
And it went viral.
Yes, it did. It went office viral.
Oh, so.
Yeah.
Note to self again.
Yeah. Jeff, this is a really good one. Jeff texted his 60-something-year-old boss, who was the director of human resources. Instead of texting his fiance, who was then his girlfriend, he texted her this. And I had to paraphrase. I perform this act, I can't say it, so good you'll be hitting me in the back of the head. Okay? So the director of HR got that text message on accident. He immediately apologized, tried to play it off as I just grabbed my friend's phone, or my friends grabbed my phone. So she never responded to any of it, never brought it up until he came to work how did that go down?
Yeah, he came.
The following day. So he got engaged, and the following day, his boss, this HR director, looks at him and places her hand on it, like the back of her head, like she's slapping it, and then says, "Well, we all know why she said yes, don't we?"
Oh.
That was good.
I mean, that was good.
Well played on her part.
Yeah, for being an HR.
But can you imagine?
There's a sense of humor there.
I would be mortified. Mortified. Do you want us to talk about
Maybe
this?
she was impressed. I don't know.
I don't know, but oh my God. Terry texted. Yeah, go do this one.
Hope you're naked when I get there.
That was the text. To his wife, he thought.
Yeah, and then to his son's daycare provider.
Who had the same name. So it went to the daycare provider instead of the wife.
Yeah. And she handled it well by responding, "You don't want me to be naked. I'm glad you guys still have a spark." So I mean, that's a very, very pleasant way of handling that.
I mean, that's kind of a fun,
really,
like,
how else? I mean,
either you don't respond or you respond with something hopefully nice, or you play it off like that HR director. Yeah. That was awesome.
I mean, text messaging has been around long enough that we should all know that that's going to happen.
But be careful.
Yeah, you can be careful, but hopefully people handle it well.
Yeah. All right. How do you prefer to be dumped? I'm not dumping you, by the way. I'm just asking the question.
I'd rather not.
Okay. So there's this thing, like, how do you prefer to be dumped? Face-to-face, on FaceTime, with a voicemail message, on text, maybe it's on email, maybe you're just ghosted, which a lot of people do, or maybe it's on social media that you get dumped. So I was reading the story where this gal found out that she had been dumped after getting a notification on her phone that her boyfriend had changed his relationship status. So one might think, oh, I changed my relationship status to in a relationship with me. No. Oh, nay.
That's an inside joke.
Oh, nay. It was in a relationship with one of her good friends.
Oh. Yeah.
So, I mean, the bottom, 3 years later, she hasn't even talked to either one of them. I mean, that's so crappy.
Yeah. I mean, at least have a little
crappy.
Respect. I mean, I think all of the ways of being dumped might, except for that one maybe, but there's reasons for it, right? I mean, if you can't face to face with somebody because of whatever went down, and you don't want to have that face-to-face confrontation,
yeah.
then okay, maybe over the phone, or maybe you can't talk to him. I mean, it just ends up in an argument every time. So maybe it's like, okay, I'm gonna just nix this and over a text message. I mean, I think it's kind of dependent.
Yeah, I agree. Or maybe you're long distance and something has changed and you need to make sure that you're being respectful and tell them whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
I've changed my mind or whatever.
Yeah.
So it has to be on FaceTime or
Yeah.
on the phone. Anyway, we want to know if you have any crazy breakup stories. How have you been dumped? Did you dump someone? Was it in a crazy way? Did you find out in a crazy way? We want to know. So tell us either by commenting on the platform that you're consuming this awesome podcast, co-hosted by hot firefighter boyfriend Pat.
Which I was reminded yesterday that, they didn't see the hot firefighter anywhere.
Okay, we should talk about that. One of your coworkers, Luke, who you have a pretty funny relationship with. I feel like you guys... Anyway, he texted you and said, what did he say?
He said he wondered where the hot firefighter was. He said
I never saw a hot firefighter.
He didn't know what we were talking about.
Okay,
what
Luke,
you were talking about.
Real funny. This is the hot firefighter boyfriend Pat.
It's all perception, perspective, right?
Yeah, that's right. Okay, well, I gotta play. I forgot the closing music last time. Here's the closing music that Curt normally plays.
Oh, well, there we go.
To our show. This is how we usually wrap up our show. You didn't get it yesterday. Now you get it on my cell phone because I can't figure out how to do it on my computer. I need to pay more attention.
And then hopefully it'll be posted quicker.
It'll be posted quicker, I promise. Okay, making choices, find joy, spread kindness. Have an awesome day. Thank you so much for listening.